Joining me now, Adam Green, whose organization, the Progressive Change Campaign Committee, was at the protest today in New York. Also, former Louisiana governor and current Republican presidential candidate Buddy Roemer, who met with the protesters today in New York. Thank you both for joining me tonight.
Thanks.
Buddy, this is your second night in a row on the show. Can I call you Buddy?
I'm going to make a conservative out of you. Yeah.
You know, I'm from the North, so I have no friends named Buddy. This is my
If your
only
real
chance.
name is Charles Elson Roemer III, you're Buddy.
Oh, you
call
go with
me Buddy.
Yeah. So you're down there talking to the protesters today. What did you learn actually going down to the site?
Well, I didn't do much talking. I did a lot of listening. Now, maybe I'm not a good politician, but I wanted to see what their feelings were. I found them to be American. I know they've been called un-American. Mm-hmm. I found them to be very American. I found them to be concerned about their country. I didn't agree with all of their particulars, but they asked questions. You know what America needs to do? It needs to ask questions of a system that's broken, and that's what they're doing. I love them there. I remember, I'm an old man. I'm 68. I remember the Vietnam protests when I was in college. I remember the civil rights protest on my city streets when I was a young man in the Deep South. They changed America. The politicians need to listen to these young people. It could change America.
The politicians who aren't listening to them apparently are your fellow presidential candidates on the Republican side. The presidential candidates all seem to have very strong opinions about this without having listened to a word they say.
You know, I don't like that because there's some decent people running, but I didn't see the president there either. I don't see many Democrats running down to listen. I think it's a political problem, not a party problem. I do think that my party, of which I'm proud, could expand its membership and its importance if it listened more, particularly to those who feel left out. America's in trouble, Lawrence, and it's not about a party. It's not even about a president. It's about 99% of the people who think they have no say-so in who we are.
Adam, you're down there today. What did you come out of it with?
Well, it's really inspirational. And this is my first time at New York. I've been in D.C. since day one. And seeing it grow from 20 people to 50 people to now hundreds of people sleeping out, just to me is indicative of the simmering anger that's out there at corporate money polluting our politics, polluting our democracy, and a couple bad corporate actors really tanking our economy. People out there today have signs saying stuff like, it's not class warfare until we fight back. And it seems like it's that kind of desperation. People have been kicked out of their homes, people who have lots of college degrees, who don't have jobs, who feel like it's now time to focus on the middle class.
You've put some money into the Elizabeth Warren campaign in Massachusetts, money that you raise online, Progressive Change Campaign Committee, small donations mostly. And you see Elizabeth Warren, if anyone, is a hero of those people down there. And as this video shows, she seems to be the politician who's out there in a prominent way that has some kind of connective feel for this.
That's absolutely right. It's not an accident that thousands of people went to our website, boldprogressives.org, and chipped in over $400,000 to Elizabeth Warren's campaign. That's a new record for us. And it's not really to our credit, it's to hers. She's one of the few people that has an actual record, when the going gets tough, of keeping Wall Street's feet to the fire, really holding them accountable. And again, I think the same forces that are at play with Occupy Wall Street, Occupy Boston, Occupy D.C. are at play with the Elizabeth Warren campaign. Her boomlet of now over $3 million raised in just a couple weeks is credited to the fact that people are thirsty for someone who will finally speak truth to power and be willing to take on Wall Street and corporate power.
Buddy, you know politicians make superficial judgments when they look at crowds. They look at that crowd, oh, that's not our group. They look at that one, oh, we like them, they're us. Did you get a lot of messages down there today that were anti-Republican, that an agile Republican politician would not be able to live with or figure out how to deal with?
I like the way you phrased the question. Let me answer it in two phases. I got a lot of negative comment by the fact that I was a Republican. Mm-hmm. But they listened as I answered why I changed parties 20 years ago, why I'm a jobs guy, why I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a professional politician. I think America can do better. And I got a chance to have that interaction. But I listened, and without exception, every person there, some with scruffy hair, some not dressed as neat as you are, some that look different from maybe my children who are 25 and 45 years old, every person there listened after they expressed an opinion. They gave me a chance to answer. And as to the comments here about moving this across America, I think it would be very positive. And I think Republicans need to listen to what's happening there. They didn't say, bring America down. They didn't say, I want something from the federal government. They said, fair play, buddy. Fair play. And, buddy, we like the fact that you're not taking PAC money. We like that. We like the fact that you're a banker, and yet you come down to listen to us. We like the fact that your bank is 2/3 of $1 billion. It didn't take any bailout money. We like the fact that you're standing balanced, not foreclosing on homes, not doing the things that a good banker shouldn't do. Look, I'm not a Wall Street banker, but for years they have raised capital as we grew jobs. I don't think they do that anymore, Lawrence. I think they have rewritten the tax code. I think they're sending our jobs overseas. You want to change something in America? You limit the gifts or give full disclosure with no PACs or super PACs. And number two, you stop unfair trade with China, and we'll turn this country around. And it won't take long.
Adam, I'm a little surprised at the surprise at this movement. A 9.1% unemployment rate. What did people think the country was going to look like? Was everyone just going to stay home and be quiet about that and hold their breath and wait for something to happen?
I'm with you. People shouldn't be surprised. Again, there's a certain desperate nature to this. If our political system is broken, if corporate money is polluting it, and if our economy is working against these people, often very educated people without jobs, people have to show their opinions through being more visible and being more vocal. Now, I would just point out that, inspired by this Occupy Wall Street movement, our organization just a couple days ago launched a campaign aimed at Bank of America, one of the worst corporate actors. Not bad because they're a corporation, but bad because they essentially committed fraud to kick people out of their houses.
Right.
At this point, over 11,000 people have signed up at our website who are Bank of America customers who in the coming weeks will be moving their money away from Bank of America. This is people operating as customers in the free market, voting with their dollars, and there's a lot more of that kind of corporate accountability to come. People, again, are desperate for that kind of solution.
Adam, I think it's the system.
It
We've let the big checks run the government, Lawrence. We need to stop it. We need to listen to the American people and stop it. And we don't have to attack big companies. What we need to attack is greed and self-interest and a code that's not fair, where you pay more taxes than the biggest companies in America. It's not right.
That's what that protest is about. Adam Green and my buddy, Roemer, thank you both for joining me.